Good evening. Welcome to today's episode of Wednesdays with Pastor K. What a joy it is to be your host once more again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to be your host once more today. I believe that we're going to have an awesome time today. And I want you to do the following for me. Please like the feed, share the feed, comment, interact with me throughout the session so that we make this an exciting journey. And also, let's get our world into this room. You can do that by sharing the feed and also tagging a few people on their comments if there are people that you wish they would join in as well. And I'm excited that you have tuned in today and happy Wednesday night. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to spend the next few minutes of my time with you. And I believe it's going to be a great session. I just want to quickly recap on what we did last week, the topic that we discussed last week. We spoke about how to recover from setbacks. And I believe that many have enjoyed that session. And I'm just quickly going to recap, and then before we start the new session, then we will start welcoming everyone that is tuned in. Welcome, welcome. And last week we spoke about how to recover from setbacks. Like I said earlier, we said that you can control what you do, but you can't control what happens to you. You can control what you do, but you can't control what happens to you. Always leave room for human fallibility. Always leave room for human fallibility. And you can control the following. We said you can control your behavior, you can control your attitude, you can control who you spend your time with, you can control how you are treated, you can control when to be the bigger person, you can control when to forgive others, and you can control your emotions. Those are the 7 things that we have control over. The rest of the things we have no control over. And everything else in your life is outside of your control, and you will need some coping mechanisms to make it through. How to recover from setbacks? We said that you must accept that a setback happened. A setback happened. That's how you start recovering from your setbacks. And secondly, you must reframe your perspective. And thirdly, don't feel ashamed of your struggle. Fourthly, commit to learning from others, we said. Number 5, restore your self-esteem. And the last one was take action. Take action. This will help you to regain your confidence and your control. And that's about what we discussed last week. And today I've got a very interesting topic, but I just want to quickly welcome the audience. Let's see who has tuned in. Welcome, Tsepang, my daughter. Tsepang is watching on YouTube. Welcome, son. Good to see you. We have Jabu Marema watching on Facebook. Welcome, son. Good to see you. We've got Promoto KG watching on Facebook. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you. Patuchezo Ralipaso watching from Facebook. Welcome, son. Good to see you. Refile Matsibulani watching on YouTube. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you. And we have also Pumzi Lechadebe watching on YouTube. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you. And we have Tumelompo watching also on YouTube. Welcome, guys. What a journey it is to walk this journey with you. And I believe it's going to be exciting. Welcome, all of you. And I believe that today is going to be awesome. We're going to all enjoy today's session. Remember, if you have not yet shared the feed, please share the feed and interact with me throughout the session. Ask questions and add your experiences concerning the topic as well in the comments. It will be of value to each and every one of us, and everyone that has tuned in can benefit from your insight as well. And don't just be a spectator, but participate. Yeah, participate. I would appreciate if you can participate. So today I want us to talk about the distance between your dreams and reality. The distance between your dreams and reality. I'm sure we all have dreams here. All of us have dreams, and you've got that dream house, that dream car, that dream job, that dream business. We all have dreams. There are things that you're dreaming of, and I believe that today we're going to have to walk into the direction of execution. We must execute because we are all dreaming, but not everyone is executing. And that's where many of us begin to fail because we remain stuck at the realm of dreams and we never get to execute our dreams. And that is very concerning. And hence this topic today, that we have to move in the direction of what we've been dreaming about. We have to start doing, we have to start executing. We all have dreams and goals, but dreams are for those who are asleep. You've got to understand that. Dreams are for those who are asleep. If you're sleeping, you get that dream, and then once you are awake, you've got to start doing what you saw in a dream or what you've been dreaming of. If you remain at a level of a dream, then it means you're still asleep. Guess what? There are many who remained asleep for many, many years and they never woke up. They remained at the level of the dream because they've been speaking about their dream all the time. If only I can do one, two, three. If only I can do that. You know, I've got this idea, and they've been having this idea for many, many years, but the idea never came to fruition or to pass. And today we have to really work on that and to look into that to make sure that we start taking a step forward into fulfilling the dreams that we have. And like I said, dreams are for those who are asleep. But the magic happens when you open your eyes and get to work. That's when the magic happens. That's when now what you've been dreaming about, you're bringing it to life, and everybody gets to see what has been your dream in all these years. The magic happens when you open your eyes and get to work. Many people have plans, but very few are planning. I'll say it again. Many people have plans, but very few are planning. Many of us have plans that, okay, by next year, I need to have a house. By next year, I need to have a car. By next year, I need to be earning a certain income bracket. By next year, I need to be married. By next year, by next year, by next year, by next year. It's always by next year. Many have plans, but very few start planning. If you've got those plans, then you've got to start planning. Planning is making sure that you are putting things down. You are already drafting the map on how you're going to get to the things that you are looking at getting or looking at achieving. It's very important. It is very important. Many people have plans, but very few are planning. And how many can attest to that? Many of us have plans. Many of us have got probably maybe the 5-year plans and all that. And many of us have got, you are saying that by 2030, I must be in my own house. 2030, I must be in my own this particular position and all those things. But very few are planning on how to get there. And that's the difference. That's the difference. There's a difference between those who have plans, and there's a difference between those who have plans and those that are planning. Those that are planning are those who will execute. But those who have plans, chances are that they may never execute because they will remain at the level of having plans. And that's not enough. That's not good enough, right? So we've got to really push into the direction of executing. Planning involves, like I said, very few are planning. And those who are planning are the ones that will get to the right direction. Planning involves methods and action. If you're planning already, how you're going to get to the things you want to achieve, how you're going to get to where you want to be. If you're planning already, that means you've got methods and action on how you're going to get there. You must have a method. You must have a method of how you're going to go about in doing what you want to do. And after having that method, obviously, after bringing that method into motion, obviously, you must act. You must act. So planning involves methods and action. Without method and action, we will never move, no matter how much time passes. Without method and action, we will never move no matter how much time passes. We will remain at the realm of the dream and we will die at day one. So if we never get to move, we will remain at the level of a dream. And many people have many dreams. Many of us have many dreams, but not all of us are actually working on the methods of how to achieve those dreams, and not many of us are taking action. And I'm telling you, if you've been dreaming about a particular goal for many, many years, and up until today, you still have not executed and you still have that dream, the challenge would be you don't have methods in place and you are not acting. You're not acting because it will take action for you to be able to achieve that dream. Yeah. Welcome to my beautiful wife. My wife is watching on Facebook. Welcome. And we have also Ausjay Kikunupi watching on Facebook. Welcome. Good to see you. We have Albino Matuse watching on Facebook. Welcome, son. Good to see you. And we have also Tembi Skosana watching on YouTube. Welcome, daughter. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. And without method and action, we will never move, no matter how much time passes. We will never move. A dream will remain a dream until you move. Until you move. Otherwise, we will never move and will remain at the place of a dream and we will die there. All right, let me give you an example of what a method could be. If you've got a dream, a method could be writing that dream down and you hold yourself accountable to what you have written. You're going to start now devising moves of how now you're going to execute what you have written down. You must be able to put what you are dreaming about down. So method will be you writing down the dream that you have for your life, the dream that you have for your business. You write it down. That's a method you are using in order for you to start execution. Secondly, then you need action. You need action. If you're going to fulfill your dreams, then you must be a person of action. You must act, right? Welcome, my dear brother. I see my dear brother Roland is watching on Facebook. Welcome, my dear brother. It's been a while, man. See you soon. See you soon. Thank you for tuning in. And we have my son here, Sizwe Mulefe, watching on YouTube. Welcome, son. Good to see you. So we need action. Without action, we are not going to move. We are not going to execute. We are not going to achieve. We have to act. To act is to do. Let's get that right. To act is to do. When you act, you stop wishing, you start doing. There are many of us, we've got too many wishes. We've been wishing that I could have that business. I wish I can bring that business to pass. I wish I can do 1, 2, 3. I wish I can complete my studies. I wish. It's always been that I wish. But action, to act is to do. When you act, you stop wishing and you start doing. I believe that many of us, we have to start doing because many of us have been wishing for a very long time. Remember, without action, a wish will remain just a wish. Without action, a dream will remain nothing but a dream. And you don't want to remain at a level of a dream. You must move into the direction of acting. The toughest thing to do when it comes to our dreams is doing. It is doing. All of us have got bigger dreams. All of us are dreaming big. All of us have got this dream that we need God to be a part of it. But the toughest thing of doing, of bringing that dream to pass is doing. Doing. That's why the word of God says, be not only the hearer of the word, but be the doer. Be the doer. Because it's possible that you can be in a church for many, many years, but still don't do what the church is teaching you. And that leaves you at the place of just being a believer. That's it. And you don't produce results, and you have nothing to show to the people of this world, because you are hearing, but you're not doing. And like I said, now, the toughest thing to do when it comes to dreams is doing. It's doing. Only action can cause you to live the corporate life of steady pay and guarantee of food. And on the okay, let me read again. Only action can cause you to live the corporate life of steady pay and guarantee of food on the table to start working on your dream. Only action. Only action. Many of us, the challenge is safety. The challenge is comfort. The challenge is the fear of taking risks. And all because we want to maintain the steady pay, which is a steady salary, and guarantee of food on the table, and instead of working on our dream. And that's where many of us are stuck. We are stuck on that salary. We are stuck on what we are getting on a monthly basis. And because of that, we are afraid to take the risk of pursuing our dreams. And as a result, our dreams are remaining at the level of dreams, and we are not pursuing them. We are not actioning. So action replaces excuses. Action replaces excuses with execution. Action replaces excuses with execution, and that's how dreams become a reality. That's how dreams become a reality. When we execute, when we do away with excuses and we start executing. If you want to kill excuses, too many excuses in your life, you better start executing. Saying, what are my children going to eat? That's an excuse. How am I going to pay my bond? That's an excuse. How am I going to maintain my lifestyle? That's an excuse. But we kill excuses with execution. That's how we kill excuses. Many people are stuck at the level of dreams with excuses, and very few are destroying excuses by executing. We've got to get to a place where we execute. We've got to get to a place of execution. With action must come the following. With action must come perseverance. If you are going to be a person of action, you're going to act from the level of your dream. If you're going to act, then you will need perseverance. There are many people whom they wanted to pursue their dreams, but they were not good in the area of persevering. People need to persevere. If many people that we consider icons today never acted on their dreams, we would still don't know them today. We still won't know them today. But because they acted on that nudging, on that particular dream that kept on coming into their spirit and into their mind, they acted on that, and by so doing, they executed. Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination. But hey, look at what that man achieved. Look at what he achieved. He was told that he lacked imagination. Don't focus on what people say about you, and don't focus on what people say about your potential. Walt Disney did not hold on to what they said about him. He continued with his dream. And guess what? He built such an amazing empire. Why? Because he believed. He believed he could do it. And he did not get stuck at a level of dreams. That's where many of us get stuck at. We are stuck at a level of dreams. And with action must also come self-belief. We said must first come perseverance. And that's what Walt Disney did. He persevered. He persevered. When people criticized him, because you must remember, when you go after your dreams and when you go after your goals, you will experience or you will come across critics in your life. But that does not mean they've got the power to stop you. No. If you're determined, if you're focused, if you are resolute, no man can stop you from going after your dreams and from achieving your dreams. And Walt Disney was one of those people who was not prepared to stop. And look at what he achieved. He achieved so much. So the first thing you will need if you're going to move towards your dreams is perseverance. Secondly, you will need what we call self-belief. Self-belief. Elvis Presley was told that he could not sing. Guess what? He became the king of rock and roll. If he believed what people were saying about him and to him, he would not have become the king of rock and roll. But look at what he did. Look at what he did. And the same goes with the likes of your MJ, Wako Jacko, Michael Jackson. He became the king of pop. But imagine the people who undermined him when he started, because your dream will start at the level of infancy. But that's not the end. It's only the beginning. Allow yourself to start. Allow yourself to operate at the realm of being able to start. You've got to start and believe you can. Believe you will make it. Nothing is impossible if God is involved. And nothing is impossible if you set your mind and your heart to it. Nothing. And they told Elvis Presley that he could not sing. But guess what? He became the king of rock and roll because he put his dream into motion. If you don't put your dream into motion, all it will remain being is just a dream. It will remain just a dream. But if you put your dream into motion, I'm telling you, you will begin to move into the direction of all you've dreamt about. And that's what we've got to do in life. That's what we have to do. We must always move into the direction of what we've been dreaming about. We must move into the direction of executing the ideas that have been lingering in our heads and in our minds. Without self-belief, you won't be able to show the world what you are made of. You won't be able to show the world what you are made of without self-belief. So you need self-belief. I said you need perseverance and you need self-belief. Without self-belief, you won't be able to show the world what you're made of. Many of us, like everyone here on this chat, believe me when I say that you've got something inside of you and the world is waiting for the manifestation of what you carry. The world is waiting for the manifestation of what God has placed inside of you. And we can only do that when we go for our dreams. We have to go for our dreams. Oprah Winfrey, she was told that she was not made for TV. She was told that she was not made for TV. Guess what? Today she owns own TV. She owns own TV. Look at how many programs that Oprah has produced, and simply because she believed in herself. She believed in herself. You must access that self-belief and move in the direction of execution, because nothing is too big when you believe. Nothing will be too big when you believe. But many of us is that we doubt ourselves and we don't believe we can. And that's the challenge. That's the challenge. Yeah. Jabuma Rema says we cannot achieve or realize our dreams without acting upon them. We will never. We will never. We will remain at the level of an idea. And that's a challenge. Patricia says, I believe, Dad, that I have something big to deliver to this world. Yeah. But you must not remain there. You must not remain at the realm of believing. You must move. You must execute. You must execute. You must execute, guys. Oprah Winfrey was told, like I said, that she was not made for TV. Guess what? Never allow people's opinions about you just to take root in you. No, never, never. They must not define you. They must not define you. People will always have opinions, and opinions are cheap commodities. They are cheap commodities. People will have an opinion about you, and they will say what they want to say about you, but they cannot stop what God can do through your life. They cannot. They cannot. That's what you need to understand when it comes to your life and what God has placed inside of you. People are entitled to their own opinions, and people will will give their opinions concerning people's lives, but it does not mean that they can define who you are. They can't. Only God has power over your life. No man has power. No man has power over your life. People can have power over your life if you give it to them. If you give it to them. So you can execute anything you want to execute. Everyone you come across, they might have their own opinions concerning your life, concerning what you want to do, and concerning what you are called to do. But don't allow them to stop you. You carry something big, and you are unstoppable if you don't stay down. You must work hard in achieving that which God has placed inside of you. Nelson Mandela, he fought for his dream to become a reality. And it came to pass. He fought. And that if he did not fight, I'm telling you, Nelson Mandela would have died in prison probably. He would have died in prison. Or he would have just settled to becoming a lawyer, and he would not have accessed the power he got to access simply by having that self-belief. And look, he was able to achieve everything he believed he could achieve because not even a no can stop him, or fear could stop him. None. Those things could not stop him. And that's where many people fail. We fail because of the no's of other people. When people say no to us, then we believe, no, we can't go any further. No, Nelson Mandela did not allow that. And secondly, Nelson Mandela did not allow fear. The fear of being killed, the fear of being assassinated for what he believed in, because he believed in freedom, he believed in democracy, and he believed in a world and a South Africa that will have all white people and black people all living in one place and sharing stuff together. He believed in that kind of a South Africa. He believed in that. But guess what? He did achieve. He did achieve. He did not remain at the level of just believing. And that's where many of us have to move past. We have to move past that level of just believing and executing. It's very important. It's very important. Yeah. Welcome, Memam Lefe. Good to see you. Memam Lefe is watching on Facebook. Welcome. Good to see you. So we've got to get to a level where we execute. So no fear and not even no's were enough to stop him. Action involves making tough decisions. Action involves making tough decisions. If there's one thing that will not be easy, is to take action. And we said that the distance between your dreams and reality is methods and action. And if you're not going to act, you're going to remain at that place of a dream. And we need to move past dreams into action. So action involves making tough decisions. It will take a tough decision to quit your job that pays you well, that gives you great perks, simply because you've got a bigger dream inside of you. it is a tough decision to take. Guess what? That's a decision that I took back in 2009. That's a decision I took back in 2009. I had a good job. I had great perks, but there was something inside of me. I'm reminded of that song by Lyra that says, something inside of me so strong. Something inside of me so strong. And she went further to say, I know that I can make it. I know that I can make it. There's something inside of you that is so strong. But what is keeping you where you are is your reliance on that steady salary, your reliance on the comfort of your home, your reliance on the car that you drive if you have one. But if there's something burning inside of you, something so strong, that thing is bigger than the things that you have. And chances are that you can remain in that rat race of getting that income on a monthly basis, that which the boss decides that you get for the rest of your life, or you can risk what you have for what you can have. You can risk what you have for what you can have. Look, Nelson Mandela took a risk with his career. This man was a lawyer already. He was an advocate already when he was exiled. He was a lawyer already. So he took the risk of being a lawyer for becoming a president, the first Black president, and the most influential person that has ever been in South Africa. All that came at the price of risking his career. The challenge is that many of us don't want to risk. Many of us don't want to risk. We operate on a safety mode. And let me tell you, that realm of safety mode is a realm that will not produce much in this life or in this lifetime. The moment you are too safe, the moment you are too secured, then you are at a realm where you will not be able to produce much for this generation and for this life. We access bigger when we are prepared to let go of lesser. But many of us are not prepared to let go of the little that we have for the much we can get. And that's why many of us are stuck in one place. And even though we are guaranteed our monthly salary, but we are not guaranteed the lifestyle that we are dreaming of. Even though we are guaranteed the monthly salary, we are not guaranteed that business that we've been trusting God for. And no risk, no riches. Yeah. Caesar says, it is written in the Bible that I am a mighty man of valor, but it's up to me to walk in that reality and make known to the world what God has created me to be. Absolutely. And Patricheza says, due to the risk Mandela made, is everyone connected to him is sorted for life? Absolutely. He left a legacy. It's even more than legacy. What he left is posterity. It's a generational wealth. And his family, simply by carrying his name, they are well known and they will remain sorted for the rest of their lives, simply because Nelson Mandela went after his dreams. He went after his dreams. He did not just dream. He had a dream of a South Africa that where both whites and blacks are living together. And it came to pass. He believed in a South Africa of a democracy. He went for it and he achieved it. And he became the most influential person in the world. Yeah. Khomotso KG says, this week God has been using people to remind me of the greatness he placed inside of me. Wow. First, a random man came out of nowhere and told me to stop doubting myself. Sure, that's powerful. That's an angel of God. He looked me straight in the eye and told me to never ever look down on myself and dream again. Sure, that's powerful. That's powerful. Then I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe talking about purpose, and now this topic, this message is definitely directed to me. You know what? Run with it. Run with it. Only the sky is the limit. Only the sky is the limit. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. I'm telling you, nothing can stop you. If you put your mind to it, if you put your heart to it, nothing can stop you. The world is your oyster, my daughter Khomotso. The world is your oyster. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Mimam Leaf. No action, no crown in life. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bafana Nkosi, no risk, no riches. This message, it's hitting home. Yeah. One can only grow when stretched. Absolutely. One can only grow when stretched. I like that. And also when you decide to take action, be prepared to start small. The challenge is that because we've got this dream, this bigger dream, you see yourself running a big dream and you're running this bigger building with offices and everyone works for you and all that. Yes, it's the extent of your dream, but you're not going to start there. Make peace with the fact that you're not going to start there. We start small. If you can't start small, then it will not be from God. God operates where we start small. God is the God of humble beginnings. He wants you to start small so that tomorrow when you're big, you are able to respect where you come from. And you respect what you have because you know it did not start there. You have to build for many, many years. And that's how we build in the kingdom. That's how we build. As children of God, that's how we build. Be prepared to start small. How do many die without realizing or living their dreams? How do many people die without realizing or living their dreams? Because there are many people who die without having accessed their destiny, having accessed their earthly assignment, having accessed their why. There are many people, there are very few people who fulfill their purpose here on earth. Very. Why do many people die without realizing or living their dream? Number one, the fear of failure. This is what is stopping so many people from achieving what they are designed to achieve. The fear of failure. Many people are afraid of failing, and that's why people remain at the level of dreaming, and they never get to the realm of reality. A dream can only be realized when you move towards it or you take action towards it. If you're not going to take action, you will never realize your dream. And many people are not taking action because of fear of failure. Fear of failure will paralyze you. Fear of failure will cripple you. If you are fearful of failing, you will never do anything great in this life. You will never do anything great in this life. Secondly, here's what attacks many people from becoming great. What if it doesn't work? That's a syndrome they have. What if it doesn't work syndrome? They've got that syndrome. There are many people who are afraid of moving forward or taking that big step because of that what if it doesn't work syndrome. If I held on to that syndrome, I would not have gotten into business back in 2009. I would not. But because I did not allow that what if it doesn't work syndrome to stop me or to cripple me or to paralyze me, I got to realize businesses in my life. And I ran businesses. And when God called me into ministry, I did not remain paralyzed at a level that says, what if it does not work? What if it does fail? No. Guess what? I proceeded into pursuing what God had for me. And where am I today? Things are beginning to happen. And what God has started in me, it's beginning to bear fruit. I may not be where I'm going to be, but I'm not where I used to be. That's what happens when you have self-belief and believe in God and believe in what He has placed inside of you. So secondly, many people are stuck at a place called, what if it doesn't work for me? It is a what if it doesn't work syndrome. Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. That business that you want to go into, it always seems impossible until it's done. That degree that you're believing God for, it always seems impossible until you go for it. You can achieve anything. You can achieve a master's degree. You can achieve your doctorate. You can achieve your PhD if you set your mind to it. You can build a talk show. You can build anything you have passion or you're passionate of if you put your mind to it. And many people are stuck at a level of their dream because of this syndrome. What if it doesn't work? And I'm telling you, many people have remained at that level for many, many years, and they've never achieved their dreams. They are still at the status of being an employee, and even though they feel that's burning desire to go full-time into business, but the fear of failure and the what if it doesn't work syndrome has been crippling them for all these years. And number three, here's another one. This one is also another major one. Here's another one. Number three, people look at their families and they are afraid to take the risk with God and their destiny. They look at their families and they look at their lives, and then they become afraid to take risks with God and their destiny. And that's why many people have remained at one level for a very long time, because people are afraid. Trust me when I say to you, when I quit my job, my daughter was very young. She was very young when I quit my job. Actually, my daughter was I think 3 years, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, when I quit my job. But I quit my job anyway because I had something inside of me that kept on pulling me into business. And at that time, my wife was not working, but I took that risk. I had a house and I had cars. And I had to make and meet my monthly installments for my house. Guess what? I went into business, and it was 2009. 2 years later, 2011, a booming business took a different turn. And at that time, I only know today, but at that time I did not know that it was the call of God surfacing in my life. It was the call of God manifesting in my life. And guess what? Those things that people are afraid of, they did happen to me. But just because they happened to me, it did not mean that things would never work out in my life. That thing that people are fearful of, that they will lose their house, they will lose their cars, they will lose their street credibility and all those things. Guess what? I lost my house. And fortunately, I had invested in a number of houses, but I lost one of my houses and I lost cars. But it did not mean that I could not get those things back. And it did not mean I could not get better if I held on to my convictions, held on to what I believed in. Guess what? We went down as a result of the call of God. But when I found the call, I pursued the call down there, because when God wants to take you up, he takes you down. So in the kingdom of God, your way up is your way down. So God pulls you up there, he takes you down in order to take you up. Because had I remained up there, I would not have discovered the call of God for my life. So God took me down in order to lift me up again. And guess what? Guess what? I have achieved better things than the things I used to have before I took the risk. So comfort does not necessarily mean that you have reached the level, your highest level. No. We perform better when we are uncomfortable. Right? So yeah. Patricia says, Satan stopped a lot. Satan has stopped a lot of people by that statement. What if it doesn't work? Yeah, there are many people who are stuck there. Tembi says, fear is the killer of destiny. Absolutely. Many people have remained at a place of fear and they've never made it up there. Wow, Sizo, good to see you. It's been a while. We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good to have you tune in once more. Welcome back. She wrote some notes down here. She says, write down the dream. Wow, you've been listening in. And number 2, action. Yeah, it is to do. Yeah, perseverance, self-belief, start small, fear of failure. What if it doesn't work syndrome? Wow, people look at their families and their lives. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. And that's why many people have been stuck in one place, because people are afraid to make things happen. Yeah. Shobra Andy, good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Andy Ramashala says, our problem as people is that we have that concept of, if I do this, what will people say? We can achieve a lot. Yeah, absolutely. People are very concerned of what people think about them. And I'll say this again. Opinions are a very cheap commodity. They are very cheap. They are cheapest commodities. Never allow people's opinion about you to define your next move. Never. Many people have remained at one level simply because they have allowed people or people's opinions to carry weight in their lives. And as a result, people have remained in one place for a very long time. They never actually moved to a level of exploits because they are afraid of failing. They are afraid of what people will say. Listen, it's about you at the end of the day. People will talk anyway. You don't do anything, people will talk. You do exploits, people will talk. People will talk anyway. They will talk anyway. So do what God is telling you to do. There will be that strong pulling inside of you. Follow that pulling. It's taking you somewhere. When we talk about going after your dream, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Because many of us are still at that realm of dreams. People are still dreaming even today. But when we talk about going after your dream, we are talking about being prepared to give, being prepared to sacrifice, meaning that you can give what you have, you can give away or give up what you have, and you can sacrifice to put your vision to the test. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice to put your vision to the test. Otherwise, you will never realize your vision. You will never realize your vision. And it takes finding out what you are made of. You can only do that when you're prepared to give, you're prepared to sacrifice, and to put your vision to test in order to find out what you are made of. If you don't do that, you will never find out what you are made of. Guess what? There are many people who die without discovering what they are made of. There are many people have died without having discovered what they are made of. Going after your dream is staring your fears. It is staring your fears in the face. Staring at your fears in the face and taking action towards your goal. When fear stands here, you stare at fear like this. You say, I'm coming for what I want. That's what you ought to do. You must stare at fear in your face and take action towards your goal. Overcome that fear. Overcome that fear. That fear will paralyze you. That fear will make you remain in one place for a very long time, and you will never achieve so much in life. You will never. So that's what I had for you today. That's what I had for you this evening. And your dream is enough. Trust me when I say that. Your dream is enough. It is enough when you focus on bringing it to reality. Your dream is enough. The dream that Nelson Mandela had was enough for him, and for him to leave a legacy and posterity for his family. The dream that Michael Jackson had was enough. The dream that Walt Disney had was enough. The dream that Dr. Miles Monroe had was enough. The dream that all these great people had is enough. The dream that you have is enough. All you've got to do is to focus on bringing it to reality. The challenge is that we think that our dreams are not enough. It is the motivation and the reason to bring those ideas to life. You must have the motivation, and that motivation will come from your dream. What you see with your eyes closed will motivate you, and will be the reason enough for you to bring those ideas to life. Yeah. So what am I leaving you with tonight? It's time to stop dreaming and start doing. That's what I'm leaving you with tonight. It's time to stop dreaming. You need to start doing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'm sure you were blessed by this session. If you have not yet shared it, kindly share it so that people that missed it will also connect and go through this and be stirred up as well to start doing, to move from the realm of their dreams and to start doing. All of you here, you've got the power to do. You've got the power to do. Shift from the realm of dreams and go to the realm of action. And once you get there, you will be blessed and you will move mightily to the next level of your life. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Before I let you go, if you have not yet invested in my book, get the copy of my book, The Call of God. It's selling for only 200 Rand. It will bless you. It is a great resource, and it will help you understand your reason for being here on earth. It is a powerful tool. God bless you. So from me and Wednesdays with Pastor K, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again next week, same place, same time. Next week, Wednesday at 7. Invite friends to tune in, and remember to share the feed once more. Remember to share the feed once more so that your world can also tune in and be impacted by this session. God bless you. I'll see you next week.